I shall defeat the garrison.
Take to and set this siege swiftly.
Ready.
I want Berwick taken before word of our advance crosses the Firth and brings an army of frenzied rebels.
Bulden. Mandatum. Bulden.
Mandatum. Bulden. Cretan. Bulden. Yea.
King Edward, there is no need for English troops on Scottish earth. Please, strike your tents and allow me to bring my rebellious subjects back into line.
That oath-breaking weasel Baliol is just itching to betray me. Send scouts to the Rutherforth and keep watch for dust and banners.
Mandatum. Yea. Willem.
Ready. Yay. Mandatum.
Yay!
Willem.
Bulden. Yea. Bulden.
Grayton. Bulden. Yay.
Yay!
Gatherer. Mandatum.
Cretan. Gatherer.
Yay. Gatherer. Ready.
Mandatum. Gatherer.
Grayton.
Ready.
Ready. Bulden.
Yea. Bulden.
So I have like 12 minutes because I think that it goes twice as fast on normal mode.
Mandatum. Ready. Cretan. Bulden.
Mandatum. Gatherer.
Cretan. Gatherer.
Yay.
Yay!
Bulden. Grayton. Bulden.
Mandatum. Oldham.
Mandatum. Bulden. Yay. Bulden.
Ready. Chopper. Mandatum. Chopper.
Ready. Chopper.
Ready? Datum? Yes, ich willen. Yeah, ich willen.
Grayton.
Ready? Yes. Yay.
Yay. Bulden.
Yay. Ready? Datum?
Yay. Oldham.
Ready. Bulden. Mandatum. Bulden. Grayton.
Ready. Greeton. Oldham. 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 Oldham.
Get them houses built. Get my population up.
Oldham. Oldham. Oldham.
Huh? Lord Dramius, appreciate the follow.
Yay.
Thanks for tuning in.
Ready.
You don't know much about the franchise. It's old school. They brought it onto console. This thing's like from the late 90s, early 2000s. They decided to remaster it, pick it back up, and now they are actually putting out content again. So they actually just put out one of its first updates in years and added a few new
Ready.
campaigns. They added a few more different what do they call it?
Mandatum.
Like cultures and stuff, I guess you could say, that you can play with. Added a whole
Yay.
new spin of things. This is one of those games that
Mandatum.
they have third, fourth, like a mythological one,
Greeton.
and 2 is just so sought after that they decided to remaster, bring it back, and continue support for it. Essentially, this is like the Grand Theft Auto of real-time strategy games. That's how crazy and sought after and loved that this franchise is, and this one in particular. So
Bulden.
Mandatum.
worth it if you're into strategy games.
Grayton.
It's definitely a blast. Resource management, troop training, building, the whole 9 yards.
Yay.
Yay! And the villagers talk like Sims.
Bulden.
Ready.
It's actually pretty cool is that depending on the civilization you pick, they actually speak that foreign language. I realized that when I played through the Cambodian campaign, actually, with me taking a
Okay.
trip to Cambodia earlier this year.
Bulden.
Some of their little phrases and stuff like that, like Susate and Bot, they were actually spot on. So it is accurate as far as cultural backgrounds and languages. So put a lot of effort and time into this game, and it's kind of what makes it fun. You see, I'm farming over here. I know it ain't much, but it's honest work.
Mandatum. Bolden. Bolden.
Grayton, Bulden.
Ready. Fit. Cretan. Fit. Yay. Fit. Cretan. Fit. Mandatum. Fit. Ready. Bolden.
Mandatum. Bulden. Grayton. Chopper. Ready. Bulden. Mandatum. Bulden. Yay.
Yay. Not to be confused with yay.
Bulden.
Correct. Yay.
Since I am a huge nerd and I played strategy games for years, what I typically do is I go hard on my economy right off the rip. Essentially what that's going to do is that's going to give me sustainability. I am used to playing on higher difficulties a little bit. I am just trying to kind of play through this at more of an enjoyable pace right now, so I do have it set to normal. But the thing you need is a strong economy. You need to be able to sustain when you're fighting constantly. Otherwise your troops will get killed faster than you can produce them. You will see that I kind of keep that mindset as I play through this, where I will put down a significant amount of training buildings just so that I have them. Even though I don't really need them on this difficulty, it is important to keep that mindset as you play. And this way, when I do switch back to harder difficulties, it's not something that I kind of lag behind on, because I've kept a consistent playstyle the whole time. So typically what I do is I'll push for 26 to 30 food production, 14 to like 18 on my wood, and like 12 to 16 on gold, depending on how fast I'm burning through gold. Usually I have about 80 civilians or so. That just kind of helps me manage my resource intake and outburn. So that's something that I always kind of watch on. Now it also depends on what my population cap is actually going to roll as, because you don't want to have more than you can have for your army per se. So if you have, let's say, I'm not sure if I'm capped at 150 or not. I probably am going to be capped at 200. Your army can only have 60 troops in it, unless you're constantly making little groups, which that's kind of its own thing. Won't really get into that right now, but I typically don't run groups. Instead, what I'll do is I'll train like bigger population caps. I will switch and I'll throw my entire cavalry force, and you can actually kind of cycle through everything like that, and that allows me to actually send upwards of 240 troops if I hit that population cap, which typically I don't. I just kind of focus on having a strong economy, and then if I need to, I'll fill in the gaps with some training. So
Grayton. Bulden. Mandatum.
Right now I'm hitting 60. I'm gonna go ahead and throw up my new age, get that going. I have about 3 minutes until I start getting waffled by the Scottish. So I'm gonna go ahead and start focusing on training. I got most of my building productions coming in right now. Gonna go ahead and hit whatever upgrades I can for the moment.
Greeting.
And it looks like I am going to hit 200 as far as population cap, so that's epic. At this point, I do need to start throwing down some troop training facilities. This way,
Hold him. Hold him.
Yay.
I can go ahead and slam out an army here in the last second.
Bulden. 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 Ready. Bulden. 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 Mandatum. Bulden. 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 Bulden.
Yay.
Now we'll go ahead and throw 5 more on. I think each house is worth only 5, so with my cap being at 175 right now, I can go ahead and add some more to that. Hey man,
Greeting.
that guy's just attacking my poor little civilian. Didn't do anything wrong.
Hold him.
Yay. Bulden.
Mandatum. Hold him.
Grayton.
Now with me having so many farms, they do require
Chopper. Ready.
a significant amount of wood to keep cycling through, so I'm gonna go ahead and add a few more into my wood, because what I want to do is I want to see my wood piles going up. This way I do have some excess if I do need to build a forward base or anything like that along those lines. I need to get these upgrades, because the sooner you upgrade, the faster your guys are going to be able to hold their own in battle a little bit better. So I'm coming down to 3 minutes, which really, like I said, it's only about a minute and a half. I'm going to start training some troops and doing my upgrades in there. Get that going.
Ready.
Now, all that food that I had, I just burned through it just like that. So,
Mandatum.
I want to be net positive on my resources. I'm going to go ahead and just add 2 more farms to the stack.
Hold him. Hold him.
And what I also like to do, if you see there, I'm constantly cycling in lumber yards a little bit closer to the production line. This way they don't have to walk as far. There's not so much of a time loss in between. They can just turn around, drop resources, and continue on about mining, cutting, food production, whatever it is I'm currently focusing on. So with me having one more guy building some more lumber yards, I'm going to go ahead and throw another person on. That'll put me at about 18 lumber. I'm going to make this person down here go ahead and pick some berries. Now I did build those 5 next houses. It didn't take me to 200, so I am over my house limit as far as actually having population, which that's not really an issue, but now you can see I do have a large army coming together. I'm gonna go ahead and train a couple more monasteries or monks, do some upgrades for them so they heal faster, move faster, have higher health, so they're less likely to die. Okay, so they're gonna come over from there, so I'm gonna go ahead and actually move my army. The only thing I don't have currently in production right now is a siege workshop, but that's because I'm defending. I don't need siege equipment, because most siege equipment that you try and defend with is gonna wind up killing your own shit, so don't want to see that happen. My food is coming in solidly. I have decent gold production. My wood is starting to catch up. So at this point, I do have decent production going on. I think I have every era building going. The only thing I don't have is a castle right now, but I have not mined any stone. It's not something of great importance to me in these matches that are early on. Do I have another era? No, I do not. So that's not a big deal, but I should have some more upgrades for my troops. make sure I stay on top of it as having the strongest army possibly can. And I think I'm pretty solid for that right now. So let's check the objectives again. Defeat the Scottish army and capture Berwick. So since I am with a pretty fat army, I'm gonna go ahead and train a couple more guys. They're essentially just gonna be stone farmers. Instead of me having to camp my troops, I will be able to go ahead and throw my troops down here, attack, and not worry too much about the Scottish. And once I am able to defend accurately against them with some castles, then I should be able to freely move about and continue assaulting some of these other side forces that are in my way. So now I have 6 monks. I always kind of trail them along, make sure that they are following this way. During battle, they're constantly healing, kind of preserve the longevity of my troops a little bit. Nothing crazy like, but you know, it does help long term. So looks like I have a solid amount of archers, which really I only want like 20% of my army to be long range like that. They're not necessarily great to have. It's just more of like an extra little thing in battle that you can have, chipping away at your enemy's troops. So my main focus is always kind of like melee. Make sure I have a strong melee force.
Greeting. Correctus. Dit. Mandatum. Dit.
Ready. D.
Greeting. Dit.
Mandatum. Bulden.
The Scots crowned their kings on an old stone in Scone Monastery. Were we to seize it, that fool Baliol would lose all legitimacy before his bannermen.
Press correctus.
So I do not see the Scots coming, but it looks like I just got my final objective there. So I think what I'm going to do is, since that side's pretty safe, I'm going to go ahead and move my army back over to this side.
Ready.
Ready.
Mandatum.
So I did burn through my gold pretty quickly, well, my gold deposit, so I'm gonna go ahead and set up 2 more farms right there real quick, move those guys around.
Ditch. Mandatum.
Even with my absurd amount of people producing food, farms are actually the slowest means of food income. They do require a hefty amount of people farming, but I like it because it is a consistent food source. You don't ever have to worry about your guys just like kind of trailing off and being inactive. They will constantly farm as long as you have enough wood coming in to compensate for that. So that's something that I always
Ready. Mandatum.
lean towards is food. Well, farming.
Bulden. Ready.
These guys are actually blasting through this. I always get rid of my obsolete ones. They have quite the hefty army at this point.
Mandatum. Batal. Batal.
Ain correctus.
typically go for battering rams. I don't use any of the other siege engines. Besides the cannoneers, they're pretty dope. They also do damage to your troops, but they fire from such a long range that it's kind of worth it.
And press the assault on those infernal walls.
Blasting through their forward camp just like so. These guys are getting murked. That's alright, that's why I have all my training buildings. And I push my resources so hard is to ensure that I have ample resources. Oop, I hate those. To go ahead and fill in as my guys die. Horses and stuff like that typically will stay alive longer. I'm going to move these guys out of the way. Let my siege engines get in there. That's kind of crazy that these guys are going that way. It's a little obnoxious, but... Blow out a section of the wall. Fuck it. Give my guys a couple different entrances here. Man, my siege engines are getting murked.
Ready.
Yay.
So just to make things a little bit easier,
Hold them. Hold them.
set up a bit of a siege camp right at the entrance there.
I am wounded, but falter not. Stand firm and fight on valiantly in my stead.
Oh no, did I let Edward die? Not Longshanks.
Ready. Dit.
Mandatum. Dich, yay.
Yay. Mandatum. Bolden.
Briton.
Mandatum. By yes. Mandatum. Just yeah, equivalent. Ready. Yes, attack.
Yay.
Ready. Bolden. 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 Bolden.
I can tell you one thing that they don't like is me being able to produce troops right up in their damn face, so
Mandatum. By attack. Ready.
faster your means of production, or the closer the means of your production, the faster you can resupply your army, keep troops coming in. Now they are murdering
By
the
attack.
shit out of my people that are building with this castle right here, so
Mandatum. Yes, attack. Ready.
there's a lot of alerts going off. Wonder if I can shut that off. Well, I don't want to, because honestly, if I do start getting attacked in a mission that I need to know, then shutting that off might kind of screw me up a little bit, and I don't want that.
Yay. By attack. Mandatum. Yes, attack. Yay. Yes, fight. Ready.
Berwick is ours. Put the garrison to the sword and sack the
Oh,
town
nice.
without mercy.
I get this whole place now. So it looks like the only way for me to access over there is by looping back and around. So what we'll do is we'll move my army to here.
Yay. Bolden.
And I will build a forward base here.
Bolden. 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 Bolden.
So that's also partly why I like having an excess of wood.
Bolden.
It's just so that when I need to,
Bolden. Bolden.
I can drop an entire base like that on the fly. Oh, this guy, he thinks he's
Greater.
cool. He invading.
Mandatum. Bulden. Great Mandatum. Yes. Correctus. Bulden. Ready. Bulden.
Yea.
What the hell?
Batal. Yes. Batal. Batal.
Grayton.
Mandatum. Yea. Mandatum. Yes. Correct. Holden.
Castle in.
Bulden.
Another castle there, because these guys are definitely not going to be happy that I'm building shit over here.
Ready.
So hopefully I can get this castle built fairly quick. Defend some of my civilians.
Grayton.
I did take a significant loss to my population of guys over here. Oh, I must have been getting attacked by that army that whole time and I just wasn't paying any attention. Whoopsie. Looks like I lost a good chunk of that, but they went right by all my troop training. Sucks for them.
Yea. Holden. Holden. Mandatum. Ready.
Mandatum.
Mandatum.
Bulden.
Yea.
Yea.
Mandatum.
What else? What else? Okay, I got some more over here.
Mandatum. Chopper.
Yea. Holden. Mandatum.
So I will have to rebuild some of my food
Yay.
production, unfortunately.
Greeton.
Otherwise, I'm gonna suffer
Holden.
Ready.
with that.
Mandatum. Batal. Yes. Batal. Batal. Ready. Yes. Yea. Yea.
Salve. Correctus. Correctus.
Ready. Mandatum. Ik willen.
Presto. Correctus.
Yea. Fish. Ready.
Ready. Yes.
So we'll have them hang there for just a second. Let my mugs come up, heal my guys.
Mandatum.
I'm gonna send these back down over to here.
Ready.
Yea.
Jesus, I got a whole mess of
Yeah,
troops
yeah.
over here.
Mandatum. Yea. Willen. Ready. Yes. Yea. Yea.
Impero. Sane. Ein.
Grayton. Mandatum. Bulden.
Yea.
Oh, look at these guys all fishing and shit.
Grayton.
Salve.
Cretan. Mandatum.
Got a lot of healing for them to do.
Yay. All ready. All
Ready. Bulden.
All
Yay. Bulden. Brayton.
Ready. Ik willen, yay. Mandatum. Batal. Ready. Bye. Yes. Yay. Batal.
Impero. Consane.
Mandatum. Yay. Batal. Yes. Batal. Batal. Ready. Bye. Yes. Mandatum. Batal. Yay. Batal. Yes. Batal. 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 Yes. Batal. Mandatum. Yes. Batal. Ready. Yes. Fight.
We have pierced the hide of the wyvern now. Push forth dauntlessly and set fire to the camp.
Mandatum. Ready.
Mandatum. Bulden.
Cretan.
Mandatum. Batal. Yay. Ready. Yes. Fight. Batal. Yay. Fight. Yes. Mandatum. Batal. Ready. Yes. Batal. Yay.
Typically what I like to do is kind of direct my siege engines. Otherwise they kind of just go aimlessly. They move very slow. So it is a little bit better to have some sort of, hey, focus on this type of shit with them.
Mandatum. Yes. Batal. Yay. Fight. Batal.
Alas, I am ruined and my forces crushed. I place myself within your power, King Edward.
Ik willen.